Bonjour, I am Jacques Torres and welcome to Tuesday Tips. Fall is a beautiful season. I love all the fruits that come to maturation at fall. And one of the fruits that I love are figs, the black mission figs. So I want to show you how to do some type of a clafoutis made with the figs. And again, this is the best season for that. So we're going to start to make a pie dough. For the pie dough, I have 250 grams of cake flour. I'm going to mix with it 125 grams of butter. The butter, I pass it through this piece of equipment here. I just grate it. And that's going to allow us to not mix the dough too much. So I'm going to put that inside my stand mixer. Okay. And then we're going to need a pinch of salt and a pinch of sugar. So a nice pinch of salt, pinch of salt. That's enough. And I need 65 grams of cold water. So I'm just going to, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix the butter and the flour, salt and sugar together. I'm going to mix all that and then I will add the water after. It's always better. Okay, 65 grams of very cold water. So as soon as the butter and the flour are combined but not mixed together, they just need to be combined and have some little pieces. That's what you're going to see here. You see the little pieces of butter, that's important. Okay, so now I'm going to add my water. And the dough is made. It cannot be easier than that. But the secret is, do not overmix the dough. So when everything is combined, and I'm going to show you exactly the texture that you're looking for, you stop the mixer and you finish it on the table. You see, the dough is not mixed together. And that's what's very important. If you do that, you're going to have a very crumbly tart, and that's what you want. You don't want the tart to be hard, you want the dough to just melt in your mouth. And now you finish it by just combining all those ingredients. It's maybe the fastest dough you can do, in pastry. It's so easy. And you see what I do? I don't overwork it. I just put the dough together. And trust me, if you have some pieces of butter that's not mixed, that's what I have here, this is perfect. You want that. Okay, the dough is ready. Now I'm going to put some flour and I'm going to roll it. A little bit of flour on the table. And you see the dough barely hold together. That's exactly what you want. So now I'm going to roll that dough. Keep it round, keep it together. If a piece comes out, just put it back. Okay, we keep going on that. Voila. And you want to roll it relatively round so it's easier when you put it into your mold. Don't make it too thin, of course. You want that delicious buttery dough. So we're good. Here, that's exactly the size that we need. Okay, so I already put a little butter inside my tart mold, pardon. Now I'm going to put the tart mold here, and I'm going to roll the dough over the rolling pin and put it over like that. Look at that, perfect. Now, what I need to do is push the dough to the bottom of the mold. And you can do two things here. You can take a knife and just cut it, or you can do a little lip on top here, just to make it a little bit thicker on the side. So this is what I'm going to do. And this is not, you don't have to do that, it's just a personal preference. Okay, when you have that, with the rolling pin, you just put it on top, roll it, remove the excess of dough. Now make it even everywhere. And voila, your tart shell is ready. Okay, so if you want to pre-bake it, and I like to do it for this recipe, I already made one that I pre-bake. So the dough is a little bit baked, you know, it's called pre-bake, or it's a little bit white, you know, I didn't bake it completely. Now, almond cream is very fast to do. 125 grams of butter, 125 grams of sugar, 125 grams of almond flour, grind almonds. And I have an egg. I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla. At the end, I will put a little bit of rum in it. It's, you know, if you want. The rum going to evaporate, the alcohol will evaporate. We're just going to keep some of the flavor. So you combine almond sugar and butter together. So you're going to take a minute. Then we're going to add the flour and the egg. And that's pretty much done. You just mix it very well, make it light, ready. 1 egg. Mix the egg. Add the flour. Okay, all the ingredients are mixed. So what you want to do is use the paddle of the mixer to scrape the side of the bowl. That go a lot faster. Okay, now we're going to give it a little bit more mixing, more emulsion, and then if you want, and that's really question of preference, I like to add, you know, a good tablespoon of rum just for the flavor. Alcohol will evaporate during the cooking time. That's all it is to it. The tart dough, the almond cream, and the figs. Now I'm going to put everything together. Now I'm going to scrape all that almond cream out and inside the tart dough. So maybe 2/3 in the tart dough, like that. Then I'm going to spread it. I'm going to cut my figs in half. Oops. And put them the white side turned out, so they follow, I love almond cream, the mold. So that's going to take me a minute. So by the way, the figs are a little bit like bananas. More ripe they are, more sweet they're going to be. So when they're a little bit hard, you know, maybe you leave them on your counter, you wait until they become nice and soft. And I come from a place where we have a lot of fig trees. They grow everywhere. And I know figs. And when you have those white lines here, you see they crack a little bit on the side, and you have those white lines, that's when the figs is really ripe. You see the color inside is really like honey color, and it actually tastes like honey. Okay, so now what I do here, I'm just be sure that they're all at the same level. I'm going to put a little cream again on top. And you can go two ways. You can slice figs on top, or just bake it like that. It's again a question of preference. You see, now we're going to see them a little bit through transparent here. Okay, so if you want to add some figs on top, you can cut them this way this time and arrange them. You don't have to cover everything so tightly than I did before, but that's going to allow us to see the figs a little bit more. I love those tarts in fall, you know, that really bring the season to your table. Okay. Okay, and then maybe a little bit on the center. Voila. And the last one. Okay, a little bit of sugar that I'm going to sprinkle. You can put sugar with vanilla if you like. Not too much, just a sprinkle as you see. And that's it. In the oven, 350 degrees, about, I guess, 30 minutes. I love the crunchiness of the shell and how soft and delicious black mission figs. It is a delicious fall dessert. Bon appétit.